All right. How's everybody doing? You guys feeling it? Feeling good? Everybody say it feels good to be me. Look around. Just look to the person next to you. Look what I get to do. I get to be around this. Feels good to be me. Let me tell you. I'm super honored to be here. I tell you, Tuni rocks. Forget Tuni Talks. Tuni rocks. This is exciting for me. I want to thank Jenny Shin. Everybody say, Jenny, you're awesome. It's an honor for me because tonight you're the first, what will be 100,000 people later on will eventually hear this talk, but you're the first. And it's the launch of, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And it's a new philosophy. It's a movement that I've been working on. It's a new book launch. But we wanted to wait until we launched it at Tuni Talks. So doesn't it feel good to be you? It feels good to be you. It feels good to be me. So tonight I want to have a really great conversation together. Is that all right? So the more you interact with me, the more excited you get. You need to say, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yes. Wasn't Chris amazing? Wasn't he extraordinary? Everybody just give Chris another hand for that fantastic talk. This poll is freaking me out. Man, I want to cut it down. Okay, but the more you interact tonight, the more excited you get in the next 20 minutes. And if you want to go longer, I'll do it Lionel Richie later on with you all night long. But tonight, I want you to interact. I want you to really experience what I'm going to share with you tonight because it goes beyond the words. It's an energy. It's all about you. It's not about me. This is all about 100% about you. So you have to be real. How many of you are ready to get real? All right. Because it's all for you. I'm telling you, when you can tap into this energy, it's fantastic. You don't need to know what the hell you're doing, okay? But you do need to know why. So just a show of hands, how many of you are going through hell? No, I'm telling you, be real. How many of you are going through hell? Okay. You can say hell yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Keep going, because if you stop, you're in hell. Don't stop. How many of you are ready to tell yourself a new story? Like to create a new story of you? A new story. How many of you are ready to stop playing the same story over and over again? You know what? How many of you have friends that are constantly telling the same story? I call them ankle biters. Right? So tonight, you're going to share with them. You're going to hashtag why guy, because it's all connected to Tuni Talks tonight. And it's very, very exciting. All right? But the last question is, how many of you don't know what the hell you're doing? Hell yeah! It's a beautiful place to be because we're in a world where when I publish this book, the media, we're getting excited because a lot many people will say, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Why? Why don't we say, I don't know what the hell I'm doing? Scared, fear, right? Got to have that mask on. And I'm telling you, this is an energy. It's a philosophy. You don't need to know what the hell you're doing, but you do need to know why. And when you know why, now the why that I'm talking about is the world helped by you. Everybody say that. The world helped by you. Helped by you. WHY. I'm not talking about goals. I'm not talking about milestones. I'm not talking about ranks, financial goals. I'm not talking about kids. You know, a lot of people that say, my why is my kids. And then what happens when they leave home, right? And I see this all the time. I see it everywhere we travel. They're lost. So I'm talking about a deeper why. I'm talking about a why that is so profound that when anything shows up, you know where you are. You know why you exist. It's the greatest gift we can ever give a fellow human being is to know why we're here. So again, how many of you don't know what the hell you're doing? But how many of you are ready to know why? And it's so exciting to be able to do that. So there's 3 words. Man, you're the first to hear. 3 words that will ignite the why. How many of you want to ignite your why tonight? Only at Tuni Talks. All right? This is the place to be. Okay? So there's an equation that I've distilled down. It's the ultimate equation to why. How many of you really need to get excited about this? I won't share it. How many of you want to know this equation? Okay. I'm going to share this equation. Now, some of you will keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting new results. What do we call that? Yeah, this is a smart group, man. Tuni Talks. But even if I share this with you, you still have to live it. See, it's one thing to hear the words, right? It's one thing to hear the words. It's another thing to live it. So living your why, igniting the why, then living it, that's the true power. Okay, so you ready for the equation? I'm going to come back to it in a second because it's very powerful. I just want to take a few moments with your permission just to share a brief story. Is that okay? All right, because it's all about you. So I'm going to ask permission. Okay, just a short story. I was a good little boy, all right? For the most part, like I stood in line. I did what society told me I should do, okay? The doing, right? I didn't raise my hand too much. I didn't make too much noise. Followed what the status quo was. How many of you felt that you've done that your whole life? You're doing what society tells you you should be doing, right? I went to school for architecture. Great profession, right? I thought, wow, Richard Gere, he's the cool architect all the time in the movies. I want to be that, right? So I did everything society said I should do. Then they said, don't worry about the student loan. How many of you have been told that? Yeah, the student loan. You'll pay it off. You'll get a job. You'll pay it off, right? Hell yeah. Then I went, get married, have 2 kids. Sound familiar? I was the ultimate doing machine. How many of you feel like you come to these amazing events, but people ask you, what do you do? How many of you show hands? Or hell yeah. How many of you feel like you're constantly defined by the doing, and if you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough, right? But that's the thing about society. It has nothing to do with why, this doing. I was the doing machine, but I know what the hell I was doing, and I wasn't happy. I have an expression, and I want to share with you, and it's called be what you seek. Everybody say that. Be what you seek. So I was seeking inspiration at a time when I really needed it, and I decided to be it. Okay, so it's an interesting play on words, be what you seek. I wanted to inspire. I had no idea what that looked like. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Okay, this is before the amount of inspirational work I've done, so I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to inspire. You notice that we're born, it's interesting, we're born as human beings, not human doings. Have you noticed that? When you come out, doctor's not like, woo, another human doing. But we're so defined by it. And it's funny because I'll meet people and they don't want to even share what they're doing. Half of them are in a life-sucking job that they don't even want to be in, right? But if I start to ask you, what are you really excited about, right? What fires your soul? What do you want to be remembered for? What's the story you want your kids to tell you about you? It's a different conversation, right? Hang out with me later. Let me tell you, it's a different conversation. So this whole being, you got to get away from the doing. And the doing wasn't getting me to where I really wanted to be. And that just leads to this inspired state. How many of you have ever felt inspired? Show of hands. Now, I'm not, hell yeah. I'm not talking motivated. It's easy to get motivated. Put a bow tie on. I love that. I love it. Next time I will wear that. I have my awesome shirt on. Be awesome. But motivation, you can have a Red Bull, you'll be motivated. Okay? I'm talking inspired, where tonight you'll leave, tomorrow morning, you'll wake up in the shower. Woo! You'll look down. You'll be excited. Okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying you're excited. The water, it's flowing. When you're inspired, you're in this state of flow. Every thought, every action is all intertwined. It's all connected. Every action you could feel the heartbeat of everyone. People that show up in your life. It's not accident. It's synchronicity. Like you're starting to become aware of why you're here. So to get you into that inspired state happens through the power of why. But here's the thing. I have another expression, and I'm so excited about it that I actually even created greeting cards. I'm going to give 3 away. And it's called Decide What You Want Most, Take Action, and Go Get It. Decide I can do a whole talk on that. Decide what you want most, not what I want for you, what you want. Take action and go get it. Now, first of all, there's 3 of these. Okay, come up. You have to run up and grab it, because if I go down there, all right, can you pass that around? So those are blank. Just fill them out and send them to somebody. But why don't we ask ourselves what we want most? Why don't we ask ourselves what we want most? Why won't we give ourselves permission to decide what we want most? Why? What do you think? There's no wrong answer. Society standards. Again, yes. Fear of disappointment. Yes, excellent. What else? Woo! Tuni Talks. Self-limiting beliefs. What else? We won't decide, we won't give ourselves permission to decide what we want most. Debt? Right? Yeah, definitely. That's a killer. Rejection, failure. What's your name? I love it. It's so nice. Can you say that again?
Mireille.
That's fantastic. We won't ask ourselves, we won't decide what we want most for fear of the hows not showing up, for fear of looking foolish, for fear of looking ridiculous, for fear of not being supported, right? When you start to understand that when your inside voice is more profound than anything external, again, driven by your why, which we're going to now lead into. This is the conversation tonight. When you've mastered that, you've mastered your life. Who's ready to master their life? Who's ready to define it? Tonight's the night you're going to do it, right? To define it, to define you. Not what anybody else wants you to be. But here's the other cool thing. Decide you want most. Some people are so afraid when the answer shows up, right? Because they have to do what? Yes, they got to take action, right? Decide you want most, take action, go get it. See, here's the thing. Once you see that your mind, it's funny, our minds, it wants to keep you in a state of comfort, right? Sameness, status quo, no risk at all. It wants you to avoid that. Once you start to see that, you can play with it. Because what's that going to do for you? When you're comfortable, where does that lead? It's like a jelly donut. Great answer. I love it. Everybody say discomfort is growth. Everybody say that. Discomfort is growth. Yeah. The only way we'll grow is through discomfort. Discomfort is growth. So when you see that your mind is trying to hold you back, it's typically driven by fear. Okay? Fear. How many of you have experienced fear? Yeah. How many of you feel like it's running your life? Be real. Be honest. Okay? Fear is going to be a big player in your life. Now, you can decide and choose how you're going to react when fear shows up. Because here's the thing. There's two emotions, and they can't coexist in the mind at the same time. They just can't live in the mind. It's love and fear. So it's love or fear, either one. You either choose love or you choose fear. And the love that I'm talking about is loving why you're here, loving everything. Everybody say, I'm loving what shows up. I love what shows up. Every time something brutal happens in your life, say, man, I love what's showing up. Seriously, because that's happening for a reason. Because to push to that next level, like for me to have moved away from architecture, from building buildings to now building up people, I love that. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, okay? And everything in between, from launching a branding company to the speaking to the publishing and authoring of books, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I always knew why. And my why was always to inspire people to action, to inspire you, creatively inspire you to take action in your life. Because what happens when you take action? It's going to give others around you permission to do the same, right? And that's the world that I imagine. See, this is a world that I call a new ROI. And this is what this philosophy of, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and the launch of this philosophy is where we all reach out and inspire others, ROI, reach out and inspire others. Can you imagine a world where you wake up and the only thing in your mind is who can I help, who can I reach out to today and inspire them? And inspire them to help them understand why they're here. Okay, so that brings me back to fear. So love everything that shows up. Love the heartache, love the discomfort, love the ankle biters. They're your greatest teachers, right? Because you know who you don't want to hang around. Like, I just won't bring any ankle biters around me. So I'm excited to share with you, when fear shows up, you have two choices. Are you ready? You have to say, hell yeah. You have two choices. When fear shows up, you'll always have a choice. And I see this all the time. Most people will go to the first one. You ready? I have two definitions of fear. F-E-A-R. Ready for the first one? Fuck everything and run. That was the only bomb. Jenny, that's it. Face, or you can face everything and rise. Okay? Face everything and rise. And how many of you are ready to face everything and just rise above it all? Right? Hell yeah. Because you'll crush the fear when you start to tap into this power, this why power. So that leads me back to this discussion tonight, which I'm so excited to tap into, because you don't need to know what the hell you're doing, but you do need to know why. Again, why? These three little letters that can change all of us. They can change the world if we let it, if we live it. This why, world helped by you. So the ultimate equation tonight that I want to share with you to ignite that. Are you ready? You have to be really ready for this equation. So it's taken me years to distill this down to 3 simple words. The ultimate equation. I want you to hashtag why guy. I want you to hashtag Tuni Talks. Share it, okay? Because the world will be helped by you. The world is helped by you when you're living with your passion plus your purpose. Together, those will result in the outcomes that you're seeking, the outcomes that you're looking for. Your passion plus your purpose. If you don't like the outcomes in your life, then you need to look back to the equation. Am I living with passion? My joy? What gets me leaping out of bed? Maybe it was coming to see Gerry Visca tonight. And my colleague Dylan and Chris. You're so excited about it. If any of you ever caught Steve Jobs talking about passion, he's got a new movie coming out too, right? The late Steve Jobs. If you're not passionate about you and what you're being, how can you expect others around you to be passionate, right? And it's the passion that's gonna light the way when you're starting to tap into that. Your purpose. Now, this is probably by far the toughest energy to tap into. Do we have a purpose? How many of you feel like you don't know your purpose? And it's a tough one. I'm telling you, I didn't know what it was, right? Your purpose. The way to tap into your purpose. I believe we all have it. I believe we were all born knowing. I believe we are already born knowing why. But something kicks in the way. Society, gravity, right? Wants to hold us down. And I see people, and it makes me emotional because I see the struggle. I see the challenge. I see people not being what they truly want to be. And it's not a world that's inspired. It's a world full of debt, right? It's a world full of fear, right? How many of you, honestly, are in a life-sucking job right now? Honestly, right? You feel what I'm saying. But there's something that you really want to be, not the doing. Again, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So the minute you embrace this, you'll start to define the outcomes. Now, you may start with the outcomes. The outcome is, what do I want others to experience before they choke on a mint? Because we're all headed to the same direction one day, okay? It's going to happen. You know what? I could choke on a mint tonight, right? Last talk was Tuni Talks. Woo! That would be cool. But it's so short. Life is so brilliant, so brief. So start with the outcomes. What do I want others to experience? It's not money. Outcome is never money. The money will flow when you're living. Okay, say it with me. Your passion plus your purpose equals outcome. That's it. Passion, simple, right? Very simple, very complex to ignite because you got to live it for 30 days. Make a list of your passions. Make a list of how I can be of service to others. Make a list of the outcomes that I want to experience before I choke on a mint. And it's exciting because I look around. You guys are gorgeous. This is a beautiful room, standing room only. And life is so short, but when you tap into it, we're meant to be here. You're meant to ignite something inside of you that will resonate throughout the world. And again, if I'm not being vilified, I'm not living my why. Because not everyone's going to love you, right? Not everyone's going to love your product. Not everyone's going to love your talk. And it doesn't matter because I exist to creatively inspire a percentage of you to take action. And that just fills my soul. So I want you to do something. As we close off, I just want you to do something. I want you all to close your eyes. And if you don't close your eyes, I'm going to poke you. I want you to close your eyes. You're going to love this. I just want you to close your eyes. And I want you to try to feel everybody's heartbeat. Just feel everybody's heartbeat. Don't think with your mind. Just feel the energy of the person beside you. Now, I want you to ask your heart this question. It's a very important question. I want you to ask your heart, what do I really want? What do I really want? And why do I want it? What do I really want, and why do I want it? And I want you to smile with your heart. Smile with your heart, because you've just set out the most powerful intention out into the universe. And it's an intention that we can feel when we all help each other decide what we want most, not what we want to do. What do I really want to be, and why do I want it? Now, I want you to just slowly open your eyes. Okay, I want you to turn to the person next to you now in that state. So everybody pair up. I want you to turn to the person next to you. Don't talk to them yet. Okay, we have to all do this. And I want you to put your hand just above their heart. Guys, above the heart. Don't get too excited about this. Right above, you have to touch each other's heart. Turn to the person next to you. And I want you to, 3 times, I want you to say to them, look them in the eye though, don't look at me. Look them in the eye and say, I believe in you. 3 times. I believe in you. I believe in you. Woo! Isn't that beautiful? So, just in closing, I love that word believe. I love the origin of that word. It's be and live. Believe. If you don't believe in what you're about to create, 2% of my audiences get divorced within 3 weeks. Maybe that's a good thing. But something has to change. Embrace the change. Embrace the why. I'm really honored to be here tonight. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this journey. Woo!